Oh, look, we're very happy to have Mr. Joe Tapp, gladly come back on Zoom to give me a follow-up testimonial. So if anyone's watching, Joe and I worked together. He joined my program sometime in 21. I can't remember exactly when. He had an amazing result in the first 12 weeks, lost 48 pounds, and was the record until very recently, till Gary actually lost 49 and a half, and he was gutted that it wasn't 50. But 48 pounds was incredible in the 12 weeks. But we're doing the follow-up video. We're now early March 23. So probably at least 18 months to maybe even 2 years later. A lot of people often ask me, how do your clients do once they finish the program? Joe's a classic example. So he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he went from around about 250, 255 and is down at 185. Is that right? 185, 187, 180.
180, yeah.
180, yeah. So it's 70, 75 pounds down in total. Oh, amazing. 180. Look at that. So for anyone that's watching, because I often get, do your clients continue to lose weight? The ones that do the work, that follow the plan, stick to the basics, do. So Joe, tell us what's gone on since we last spoke properly. We did the testimonial. How has life been? How you feeling? What are the benefits of getting back to where you needed to be? How's it all going?
It's going well. As I've said before, the 12 weeks are merely the foundation. You're building those habits that are going to carry you for the rest of your life. And that's what it was. I mean, I knew from literally day one on your program that in order for me to succeed, I had to literally change everything that I was doing. And so, yeah, June of this year, it'll be 2 years. And I have kept the weight off, because of the foundations we laid in those first 12 weeks. You hear a lot, about, counting calories and that. Well, my point in that is, how can you know where you are if you don't know where you've been? How can you do that? You can't, because you don't have a reference point. So, and you can't lose weight if you don't take stock in what you're doing right now and then knowing what you need to change. So for me, I was taking in 4,000 calories a day, and I was doing no exercise. So right now, almost 2 years out, I'm still at around 1,800 calories a day. Yesterday was around 1,400. But yeah, and just, again, limiting the portions, getting moving. But I think the two most important things are, again, having some way to track what you're taking in, as well as just getting out and doing something. I lost 75 pounds on your program, most of that simply by walking and riding the stationary bike.
That's it. And for anyone that's watching, there's been a lot of debate recently, and Joe's right. There's been a couple of so-called experts that have said that counting calories is a myth. Now, what counting calories, as Joe rightly said, all it does is allows you to take stock of where you're at. It's like, if someone wants to get out of debt or save money, they track their finances coming into their account and they track their outgoings. And that's all that calorie counting is a tool. Now, there's a lot more to it. There's obviously different, there's energy systems, there's hormones, there's other things that will conspire to either promote that or make it easier or make it harder. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, and Joe knows this, and this is the reason he's kept the weight off, it's a simple equation. If you consistently burn a little bit more than you take in, you're going to lose weight. If you take in more than you burn, you're going to gain weight. So Joe knows that around about that 1800, he knows he's not going to gain weight, he's not going to lose weight. If he has a massive day of 3,000 calories, he now is not stressed or worried by that, because he just needs to pull back those calories. And I'm sure some of the weekends you do massively overeat, and rightly so, because you're human. But you know now that, okay, I've overeaten, I've taken in too much fuel. I just need to pull it back over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So calorie counting, people say it's too anal. It might be for some people, but it's a very, very valuable tool, and the most effective one that we can use. So, I mean, Joe, it's amazing. I mean, what can we say? 180 pounds, 75 down, 2 years, and you're sort of living proof and testament that what we do in the program absolutely works. What's the final piece of advice if someone was watching this video and they were not sure about coming into the program? What would you say to them that would potentially tip them over the edge into joining?
Look at the testimonials. Even if you don't believe me, you have an ever-growing list of clients that have lost 40 plus pounds. Probably the only person happier for Gary than me was you, when he lost the 49,
Yeah.
and I hope that these testimonials are why I signed up, because I could see your program works. And so somebody else who's out there thinking about it, on the fence, my question to you would be, what is there to think about? The program works. You can see it. You have the empirical evidence, the evidence by observation. It's an investment, and it is a significant investment, but your health and you literally changing your life. Gab, you and Adam literally changed my life. You did. And you
appreciate that. I appreciate that, Gary. I really do. Yeah.
You can't put a price on that, So yeah. And again, today, nearly 2 years out, I am still doing the same things that I was when we started at the beginning. I'm still on MyFitnessPal. I have it open right here, tracking it every day. I weigh myself every Monday morning, and again, like you said a couple of seconds ago, you're going to have those high calorie days. First and foremost, that is okay, because you recognize now that it's a high calorie day, and you can say, okay, I just need to pull back a little bit for the next few days. And if I gain a pound next week, who cares? Because I know I can take it off. I'm not at all concerned. And
you're in complete control now, aren't you, Joe? You're in control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things, the two things that I would add are, number one, the accountability. Yes, you can do this yourself. As you said, people can buy your book, they can have the knowledge, and they can do it themselves. But there is that accountability. I was accountable to you as a client and to Adam as my coach, and I did not want to let you down. I didn't want you to say, why did I take this Yankee wanker as a client? I didn't want that. And so, yeah, and you're accountable, and then there's the groups where you spur each other on, and you say, you have a bad week. That's okay, because you're still moving in the right direction. So you have that accountability. You have that community of people behind you. And I hope very soon that somebody does hit that 50 plateau in the 12 weeks. It's going to happen. There's someone out there gunning for us right now. And I'll be right next to you, as happy as could be for them.
And what's been so great, Joe, as well, not only you've got this fantastic result, and I don't mind telling everyone, Joe shares every single one of my posts, and we haven't always spoken about that. And I occasionally thank him. I'm in the inbox saying, appreciate you sharing the post. But that to me is the biggest testimonial, because not only is Joe living it, he's down 75 pounds. He knows that what we do works. He's sharing every single post. For me is the biggest thank you, because he's like, okay, I believe what this guy's taught me. I can see it working. He wants to get that message across to as many people as possible. And I don't always say it, but I'll say it now. I really do appreciate a few people share my posts, but when I see Joe sharing every single one of my posts, I genuinely think, what an absolute gent. You know, come on to this second testimonial, Joe, my man, I really do appreciate it. So thanks for everything, and just keep doing what you're doing. I know that you will. 2 years later, you're not going to change. You know what you need to do now. It's getting past the first 6 months to a year is the tricky part for many people, because they let what they learn in the first 12 weeks slip. You realize this is a problem for me. If I don't keep doing what I'm going to do, I could quite easily go back to where I was. And you've simply just carried on doing what we said in the first 12 weeks, and it works. So thanks a lot, my friend, and we shall speak very soon.
And a guy at my new job, he wants to lose weight. So you can safely bet your last nickel, if he's on LinkedIn, I'm going to have him ping you.
I appreciate that, Joe. Thank you very much, mate. Speak soon.
Sounds like a plan, sir. Thank you.